Hey everybody, welcome to this video. I am most excited about this video today, so let's just get started. Okay friends, here on my happy workspace, I have brand new Distress Spritz. Ta-da! I have walnut stain, spiced marmalade. Not sure if these are coming in focus here. Let's try that again. Peeled paint. And oh so lovely picked raspberry, right? Peacock feathers. What's this one? Worn lipstick. Use that color all the time. And weathered wood. Oh, let's get into frame here, Jamie. Ta-da! How fun are Distress Spritz? Well, I'm going to tell you how much fun they are. I was so excited to see these. Didn't know they were coming or what it was. Thank you, ScrapbookCom, for sending me these colors. And so I've just started playing with them a little bit, but I wanted to bring you into the play as well, because that's just more fun, right? So to start, what I've been doing, I've been taking the mixed media heavyweight paper and just making samples, just kind of freehand spritzed samples. So for example, this card here, I just took my A2 paper and I just split it right in half. Makes a really good tag size actually, so I'm pretty happy with this. I'm not sure how well this is going to interpret for you, but as I'm looking at this and as I especially move it in the light, what I am guessing is mica flakes, because I don't know what else to call it, but the sparkle is real. It is so pretty. I'm smiling. Can you tell I'm smiling? I'm super smiling at this. So this color here is the spiced marmalade, and I have another one that I've sampled so far, and then we're going to sample the rest of them. Let's see here. Let me find peeled paint, and this is what the peeled paint looks like. And as you're going to see here, I literally just went spritz right over it, which I think has so many possibilities for coloring a background just like this. I mean, we could just go ahead and start layering on pieces, and this would be lovely. For coloring die-cut letters and making them pretty and sparkly. Flowers and leaves, which I'm pretty sure we're going to be doing today. I already talked about backgrounds, so that's just a couple things already that went to my brain. Or even a finished piece, a layered cluster of embellishments, or a scrapbook page, or a card, or an art journal page, and it just needs just a spritz of something on it. I think we have what you're looking for. Okay, so I'm going to create a little bit of space for myself here. And I'm just going to, for now, bring in a piece of scrap paper. I'm going to lay this down. Now, the instructions on this are as follows. You have all this pigment that is sitting at the bottom, especially if you're storing them like this. It's all sitting at the bottom here. So the goal is to shake, shake, shake. We can already hear the ball bearing in here, the mixing ball shaking around, so that's good. And so basically you can just look here at the side and you can see that it's all suspended. Nope, I lie. You can still see an element here. So basically you just want to come back in here and shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. All right, and then you can tell. Yep, that's pretty good. Got a little splotchy still here. And these have been sitting waiting for me to open up their box. So, but now what we can do, take off our lid and then just give it a spritz. Okay, this is beautiful. Look at that color. So this is still obviously wet, but it's already just creating this really lovely sheen, and it's going to be fun to watch this dry, because especially those bigger splotchies, they just shine. They just shimmer. They just make everything so happy. Okay, so the next thing you want to do to make sure I get this point out here is, as soon as you're done spraying, go ahead and clean out your nozzle, okay? Because you don't want that pigment to get stuck in there and then create a problem for you. Okay, let's do another color. Let's go ahead. Walnut stain, just a real good basic, right? I can see walnut stain being used for seasonal makes this fall, for sure. But anything that you want to shimmer on, just got to let the imagination kind of go, right? Okay, let's see what this looks like here. Yep, pretty dark. But what's so great about that is as it dries, well, it might be dark, but it shims, it shines, it shimmies. It's a really pretty color, actually. Okay, that's fun. Fun. So let's get another color. We're going to have a great background here in a moment. Let's go with some weathered wood. Shake, shake, shake. Oops, did you see what I didn't do? I did not clean my nozzle. I'm also going to want to clean the whole sprayer. I noticed I had some extra excess. So my nozzle's all nice and clear. Put that aside here. Ready to go for the next time. Okay, weathered wood. It looks like this gorgeous blue in here. Weathered wood is one of those chameleon colors. If you use it, have you used weathered wood? I do have it, and it sits with my blues. But then sometimes it's ready to play with the grays. It looks very gray when it comes out. So that is our weathered wood. It's a beautiful all-over color. Ta-da! Okay, weathered wood is in the house. I have two more colors here. Peacock feathers. Oh my goodness, I'm thinking of all the papers I have in here that are very summery, that peacock feathers would just make it so happy together. Okay, I think I have... Oh, this one mixed up really quick. Okay, here we go. Beautiful. I know. Do you notice I keep forgetting to have to get myself in the habit of doing this? I'm sure if I come across a distress spritz and I haven't cleaned out the nozzle, that'll be the last time I do that. So here is our peacock feathers. It comes out. I mean, you have this sample here of this blue, which is absolutely brilliant. It comes out a little softer. I kind of wondered too, if you're used to working with the distress stain, those are very vibrant colors. And I kind of thought before I got into opening these up and looking at them, I'm like, you know, this isn't about saturated color. This is about the shimmer that this gives a product. It's a layering piece. It's something that's going to play well with the other distress products for sure. So I'm not disappointed at all that I'm like, oh, that's not very drenched. I don't really want it to be. I want it to be something that's going to be a layer over something else. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Worn lipstick is the final color that I have here that we're going to test out. And this, you can see, I don't have it mixed up yet. So we're going to give it a little bit of extra play here. But this is a great way to get to know any of your distress colors. I like to just, whether I get, and I'm collecting distress stains right now. So as I get them, I'm enjoying just pulling them to my workspace and playing on different mediums to see how they work. So I suggest that to you as well when you get a new distress product. Oh my goodness, do I love this. Oh, so beautiful. And what's interesting too, let me see one here that's dried. So what's fun I'm noticing as well is you have kind of like this background spray, but then you have these larger, I'm going to call them splotchies. It's the most professional term I can think of, that are more to the surface because they are a little darker and they just really give a lot of depth to these samples here. I know I realize I'm just working with samples. This worn lipstick, it really has some layers of color. I mean, you can tell from the pigment to the liquid, there's a difference there, and it's playing really nicely on the surface. Okay, let's get to a little project. Okay, I'm going to start by adding some color to this background of the mixed media paper. Just going to use my ink blending brush to bring some color to the edges first, and I'm going to come in and I'm going really subtle. I tend to be lighter hand than I am heavy hand. But after I did this, I thought it would be fun to bring in the worn lipstick with a stencil. But I wanted to have some color in the background first. So that is what we're doing here. Okay, now I'm going to bring in one of my favorite stencils, this dotted stencil here. And again, this isn't going to be about a heavy layer. Sometimes if your bottle wants to get a little leaky, just grab some paper towel, some kitchen towel, and wrap the top of it while you're shaking, just to kind of preserve your hands a little bit. Let's see what this looks like. Ooh, that came in really good. Look at that. Clean your nozzle. So I'm going to let this dry. I've taken the peeled paint and just spritzed this mixed media paper, and I've done the same thing with the picked raspberry. I then took a paper towel and just laid it over and just went over it with my hands, and it gave it a little bit less texture but no less shine, which I thought was really cool, because I thought, well, maybe that's going to take all the shine out, but it didn't. Okay, I'm going to die cut these guys now. Okay, I'm just going to run these through my scout machine here, and I only have a couple that I'm going to be cutting, but take advantage of making these backgrounds and just cut elements to your heart's content, stars and hearts and leaves, you name it. Now I'm using the mixed media paper, which is a thicker cardstock. So when you're cutting this, especially with those more intricate dies like that skeleton leaf, you want to make sure you go through several times and be patient with the cutting, because it will cut. It just takes a moment to do that. All right, so I have these cut, and just some fun shimmery, not over the top, but just a subtle little sweet shimmer going on here. And so I am going to cut into these vintage script rub-ons and add a little bit of this to my background. If I can get it separated. There we go. So I'm going to cut that. It's just easier to cut it away from the backer and then add it to the background. So that's what that is. So I'm just going to come up here and add a little bit here. Okay, so those are going in place there. And I like to come down here. And I know I'm probably going to cover it up a little bit, and that's okay. I'm fine with that. These are coming off so nicely. And then probably just a little bit more right there. Super beautiful script here. Okay, and then I'm going to take this ticket, just going to rough up its edges a little bit, but I wanted to create a place for the flowers to live. So I'm just going to wrap that around there and just staple it in place. Then I'm just going to assemble the flowers at this point. My distress Spritz flowers. I'm going to start with this little bit bigger one. I'm going to use the square double-sided foam adhesive to pop them up, because I want them to have some good pop up here. And it's always just about, all right, wherever the first one goes, and just kind of layer the other ones around it. You kind of get to be your own florist here. And you can add as many or as few as you want. I just cut these 3 up, so that's what I'm going to use. And then this one here, since it's a little see-through, it's a lot see-through actually, I'm going to put the foam here where I believe I'm going to be able to hide it back behind the other 2 flowers. So it's still got this great height to it, right? But it's adhered really well with the foam. Same thing with this one. It's kind of a skeleton leaf here. And it's going to tuck in underneath these 2. There we go. Gotta kind of fuddle with this guy again. I kind of moved him. All right, so far, fun little clustered embellished piece. And then we have these solid leaves. I feel like are just going to kind of anchor everything a little bit because you have all this pink. Then we came in here with the peeled paint and then cut these leaves out of that. And I love how it just gives it a little bit extra, yeah, that's going to go there, anchor, if you will, to this embellished cluster. Like I said, you could add more, you could add less. I'm going to be good with this right now. I'm going to kind of pull this guy up a little bit. And then I have this love the most. I'm actually going to trim it down a little bit and just going to kind of, there's this white part on the top. I think it's supposed to kind of like be a drop shadow, but I'm going to opt to trim that off. And also pop it on here. Whoops, wrong side. I love this most because I do. And I think I have room here to add it to the back. I wasn't sure where I was going to anchor that again, but I think we got it here. I'm going to add one more actually. And take off its backer. I think it's got some good elevation there now. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so our little cluster embellishment is complete. We created a background tag with the Distress Spritz, and then we made backgrounds on the mixed media paper with just straight on spraying the Distress Spritz to the background paper. Didn't add anything else, although we could have. And then we die cut those out to make these flowers and these leaves. And then just a really simple tag of layered embellishment. So something you can try as well. Pick up those Distress Spritz, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching this new Distress video. This is a fantastic new product with boundless uses to enhance our making, and you can find all the links to these products in the description. So stay tuned as I'll be bringing more embellished cluster and Distress Spritz ideas. Be sure you're subscribed to this channel and to my newsletter. See you next time.